Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to study chapter number 15 of class 8, that is some natural phenomena. So guys, before starting with the chapter, I just want to state one thing, that I have not uploaded the video of chapter number 14 and chapter number 10 till now. Soon the videos will be uploaded. So please, whatever is not uploaded, soon they'll be uploaded. So please don't take uh, that she has not uploaded that chapters. So I'll be uploading that chapters too. So some natural destructive phenomena. Some natural destructive phenomena are cyclones, lightning, earthquakes, etc. And lightning is strikes of bright light and sound caused by electric discharge between clouds and earth or between different clouds. Now, some natural destructive phenomena we generally see, there are the floods, even earthquakes, even and lightning, or cyclones, tsunamis. These are the some natural destructive phenomena, and when they comes, they destroys a whole city, whole state, even. Now, lightning strikes with two things, that is light and a sound. Now, it is caused due to the discharge between clouds and earth, or between different clouds, we can say. Now, earthquake. What is earthquake? Earthquake is sudden shaking, or we can say sudden trembling of the earth, which is caused by due to the disturbance of the plates, underground plates in the earth crust, present in the earth crust. Now, when these plates movements occur, due to which sometimes the earthquake occurs. Now, thing is there, that earthquake generally occurs many a times, but not but we are not able to experience it because they are the minor earthquake, not major earthquake, they are the minor earthquake. Lightning and earthquake cause a lot of damage to human life and property. So you may see over here in the right hand side picture, even the buildings are broken and means fall, broken, not it, they have fall, and many other things. It is just like the city is being completely destroyed. Now, charging by rubbing means friction. How can we charge an object by rubbing? So, suppose when we take a comb, we just apply the comb, or means just rub our comb to our hairs. Then we just take it to the pieces of paper. Then it gets start attracting, as you can see in the figure 2. So this is called charging by rubbing. Now, some objects are charged by rubbing with other objects. When objects are rubbed, so they attract like pieces of paper. This process is called charging by friction. Now, a plastic refill, we can say, a scale comb, when rubbed with dry hairs, paper or polythene gets charged and attract pieces of paper. Now, the charges acquired by rubbing are static charging, and they do not move. When charges move, it is called electric current. Current is the motion of charges through a conductor. Now, we have learned that what is charging by friction. Every one of us might have tried in our just childhood, and we are just trying right now, even sometimes. We are just, even with the scale, we used to do these such kind of experiments. So that this is charging by friction, or we can say charging by rubbing. Now, types of charges and their interaction. There are two types of charges, positive charge and negative charge. Now, two charged bodies may attract or repel each other. Now, like similar charges repel each other, they'll go away from each other, and unlike charges will attract each other. So we can see over here. So now let us move to next, that is like charges repel each other. We can prove it by an activity. How can we prove it? Even by using the magnet, we can see that let us take a power magnet even, and one side is red, one side is blue. Okay, so if we take the blue sided together, then they will repel, they'll go away from each other, this we can say. Now let us take this activity even, which is given in this: inflate two balloons and hang them in such a way that they do not touch each other. Rub both of the balloons with a piece of woolen cloth and release them. They repel each other. So over here we can easily get that they are repelling with each other. Now another activity is too given, which you may only read because I have generally explained it. Now unlike charges attract each other. This even we can do. We can take the bar magnet blue part, bar magnet blue area and one bar magnet red area. We'll just go take it means nearer to each other. They'll just attract each other. Now charge a plastic refill by rubbing with a polythene and keep it in a glass tumbler. Charge an inflated balloon by rubbing up with a piece of woolen cloth and bring it near the charged plastic refill. Okay, near to the charged plastic refill, then they both will attract each other. So we can find a conclusion that unlike charges attract each other. Charges acquired by different objects. Okay, now a glass rod rubbed with silk gets positively charged, and a plastic rod rubbed with fur get a negatively charged. So charges acquired by different objects. In this event, we have seen that the balloon was charged by rubbing on the woolen cloth, and the refill was charged on the rubbing with polythene. So simply we can say different charges are being acquired by different objects. Now frictional order: when any of these material which are written above are rubbed together, the one in the high order gets positive charge and the other one in the lower order gets negatively charged. Suppose a glass rod rubbed with silk gets positive charge, and an ebonite rod rubbed with a fur gets negatively charged. This is just example one. Now electroscope. Electroscope might be everyone knows. Electroscope is a instrument, or we can say device, used to test whether an object is having electric charge or not. So a simple electroscope is made up by using an empty bottle. We have to take an empty bottle, a piece of cardboard and a paper clip and two small strips of aluminium foil. Now pass one end of the paper clip through the cardboard and hang the two aluminium strips from the end. If the charged body is touched to the end of the paper clip, the aluminium strips repel each other. So if a charged body is touched to the end of that paper clip, then they'll repel, and we can easily say that they are charged. Okay. Now let us move to the next slide. Transfer of charge. When a charged body is brought in contact with any other uncharged body from a charged body, then to the uncharged body, method is known as the charging by contact or conduction. If the body is charged by contact, it gets the same charge as the charged body. We can observe the transfer of charges by using electroscope. If a charged plastic rod is brought in the contact with a electroscope, the charges are transferred to the metallic strip and they repel each other. This is because metal strips get the same charge and they repel each other. So over here example is given. Suppose we just electroscope we are having. So we just charge the plastic rod, and just after charging the plastic rod, and if we bring it in contact with the electroscope, then the metallic strips also get charged. Means the charges which was there in the plastic rod get transferred to the metallic strip and they repel with each other now. Okay. because they both have acquired the same type of charges, and that is why they repel each other. So this is the example of transfer of charge. So now let us move to the next slide. So over here just the arrangement is being shown. Okay, now let us move to this one, that is electric discharge. If we touch a charged electroscope with our hand, the charges pass to our body to the earth and metallic strips collapse. This property is known as electric discharge. Now, if we just touch the charged electroscope, then the charge will transfer, which we have studied this transfer of charge. Then from us, the charge will go to the earth, and due to which the metallic strips collapse. This property is known as electric discharge. In the process of transfer of electric charge from the charged body to the earth is known as earthing. Earthing is provided in building to protect us from electric shock due to leakage of electric current. Okay. Now let us talk about just lightning. During thunderstorm, air currents move upward. Okay, during thunderstorm, the air currents move upward, and water droplets move downward. This movement causes separation of charges in the clouds. Now the positive charge collects at the upper part, and the negative charges collect at the lower part of the cloud. Now some of the negative charges collect near the ground also. Okay. Now when a large amount of charge is formed, then the charge pass to the cloud of the earth. Now this charge pass from the cloud to the earth and produce streaks of light and sound, and this is how the lightning is produced and the sound is produced, that is called as thunder. It was Benjamin Franklin who discovered that lightning was electric discharge. At that time, the people were very superstitious, and they were taking it in the negative type. So the Benjamin Franklin was the scientist who discovered this lightning, lightning thing, that it is was just due to the electric discharge. Why? How? अब क्या होता है कि जो कि एयर जो करंट्स हैं वो ऊपर जा रहे हैं, वाटर ड्रॉपलेट्स नीचे जा रही हैं, तो उसकी वजह से क्या हो रहा है कि सेपरेशन ऑफ चार्जेस हो जाता है. जो पॉजिटिव चार्ज है वो अपर पार्ट ऑफ द क्लाउड में कलेक्ट हो जाता है, जो नेगेटिव चार्ज है लोअर पार्ट ऑफ द क्लाउड में कलेक्ट हो जाता है, और कुछ पॉजिटिव चार्जेस ग्राउंड में भी कलेक्ट हो जाते हैं. अब वो क्या होता है कि उस क्लाउड से अर्थ में चला जाता है चार्ज, जो कि उसकी वजह से क्या होता है, लाइटनिंग होनी शुरू हो जाती है. So lightning is produced, light produced is called lightning, and the sound produced is called thunder. And this was only the electric discharge. Okay. So thank you. Please do subscribe the channel, like and share the video. In the part 2, we are going to study more about lightning and different things. So thank you a lot. Thanks a lot.